Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of a Hannibal reaction. This is Haarute, my name is Matt. Hello. Alright, so Will just decided to go apeshit. And that's kind of where we are right now. He's like, you know what? Killing people is actually kind of fun. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm also gonna eat them or whatever. Like, okay, here's the thing. I'm still holding out hope for Will to actually be like playing this up. You know, he's like baiting Hannibal because he told you he's a good fisherman. You know, he did say that, and I haven't forgotten. But then it immediately went into this whole thing of like, oh my god, maybe I want to kill people. And it's like, the show goes like way too hard into some things, and I never actually know what the show wants to do. Because I feel like, sometimes it feels like the show is tricking itself. Not even the audience. It just feels like the show doesn't know what it wants to do. And then like 2 episodes later, they go like, okay, you know what? Maybe we want to do this now. It feels like that. I'm not saying that's the way it is, because I don't think that makes sense for the sake of how you make a show. But that's kind of what it feels like. Yeah, that's kind of what happened last time. So yeah, Will and Hannibal are just chilling now. They're just vibing. I do know that Hannibal gets found out at the end of the season. At least I think at the end of the season, because of what we see at the beginning of the first episode, where Jack goes and fights Hannibal. So I think we have like 3 episodes left. So this shit needs to start moving. So we'll see how this goes. Freelance might or may not be dead, I don't know. Alana is someone that kind of has all the clues, but she doesn't believe in any of them, because she's too blind for her love in literally both of the key players here. And yeah, that's where we are. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for Hannibal. Then the Centro. So yeah, I think that's it for the Centro. Oh, fuck, the Patreon. I always forget. Check out the Patreon. There should be a bubble on the screen. Link in the description below. You can watch up to the next 2 episode reactions. So I don't know what's ahead of me, but oh, that should be the finale then, right? I think that should be the finale. So yeah, you can watch all of that on the Patreon already. So go and check that out if you're interested. All right, Hannibal. Let's do it. So, Season 2, Episode 11. Let's go. Is that Stag Will? Yeah. Sure.
The lands are endangered.
Well, amongst us, it's not.
He eats endangered animals. Hannibal is cancelled.
I don't hide from God.
It's been 0 episodes since Hannibal like to have mentioned God. I would not be able to eat this. It's too real.
Bones and all.
Ooh. So if Will is attempting to get close, there's gonna be a killing in the scene. Is that fire? Whoa! Okay, that's freaky. I kinda love that, actually. Just go on and do his.
A little bit of kerosene, boom, incendiary journalism.
Okay, so
No scab was
she's
crushed
dead.
on her chin.
Or he took her. So here's the thing.
Why did he burn her?
For you to not realize who this body this is. I think this is not her.
She won't rise from the ashes, but her killer will.
Yes, her killer, Will. I understand.
I got what I wanted from Will. But I didn't understand what I was taking until the strip turned blue.
Huh.
I'm not proud of myself.
Nor should you be.
Interesting.
I'm not opposed to a male influence, as long as it's not my brother. He's not good with children.
A lot is happening right away. Oh god, what is this motherfucker gonna do?
What's your name?
This guy has to go.
They just don't want you anymore. Franklin.
Is there something wrong with you?
Is there something wrong with you?
Oh, here. Here. Here we go. Can you put your head back just like that? Perfect. Yes. Perfect.
Okay. I see. He did that with Margot too. He took her tears and then like drank them. What the fuck?
Have a chocolate.
So he like psychological tortures people, makes them cry, and then takes their tears and drinks them? What? I really want that body to not be Freddy Lounds. Sorry, I'm drenched in sweat. What's up?
You're worried I killed Freddie Lowndes.
Did you?
What do you think?
I think that's the wrong answer to tell somebody who's already wondering what you're capable of.
I told everyone Hannibal was a killer, and no one believed me. Just like no one would believe you if you said I was a killer.
I don't think Hannibal is good for you, and I think your relationship is destructive.
Hannibal's good enough for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah?
You should be afraid.
This is like way too much.
I want you to have something.
He like gives her like a finger.
Whoever you are afraid of, don't be afraid to use it.
Is it a gun?
It takes 9mm rounds. Buy a box. Find a range.
Interesting. I like that. Where's that gonna go?
Most of the campers are unfortunates who will do anything for a candy bar.
Haha.
I got the doctor involved in something unethical, so he'd cut me some slack.
That's not helpful.
It is
Papa
not.
called it altruistic punishment.
Mason. Please.
Turns out in front of me. Why did I just switch to Spanish? Sit in front of me. That's what I meant to say. Sorry, my brain went to Spanish randomly. That's the first time it ever happened in the channel.
And I am the sole verger heir.
Unless biology provides another.
Is this Freddy Lounds'? What's up?
It's common for a killer to revisit their victims after death, attend funerals, return to crime scenes.
Anyone suspicious?
Not besides me.
That was implied.
You were expecting me.
It's common for a killer to revisit their victims after death.
I'm not here to dance on Freddie Lowndes' grave, if that's what you're getting at. My psychiatrist suggested it would be therapeutic.
So he might have actually killed her, but he did that exclusively just to raise suspicion on him, and by extension Hannibal. Which would imply that Will is being destructive just to take Hannibal with him. But also, now he's realizing he's going to be a dad,
What sort of father
maybe.
would you be?
So,
I'd be a good father. I was to my sister. She was not my child, but she was my charge.
do you eat her?
She taught me so much about myself.
Being big?
Her name was Misha.
Was.
Was.
She's dead. Would you protect this child the way you couldn't protect Abigail?
Still dream about Abigail. Teaching her how to fish.
Sorry. I took that from you. Someday, perhaps, a couple will come together.
I don't know what that was. Oh, that's so sick! I love that!
This killer's trying to get somebody's attention.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever killed Freddie killed Randall Tier. Mutilated him, dismembered him, and put him on display.
So,
Randall T
here's
and
the
Freddie
thing.
Lowndes have a connection.
Well,
Okay, she's straight up going for Will.
Freddie Lowndes was investigating a lot of things, and she died.
So, like,
this psychopath was incubating fantasies about killing and is building himself up.
she's focusing on the run thing.
Shiva is both destroyer and benefactor.
just being guided.
This is some kind of signpost.
Maybe Freddy's killer didn't do this. Maybe his benefactor did.
Why?
It's a courtship.
Good morning.
Hi, it's a bad moment whenever you're on screen. What's going on with your hair? Fuck.
I want a baby virgin. My own baby. My viable sperm. I think I'd have a son. It'd be your heir, too. Auntie Margot.
You cared about her as much as I did.
Did he just look at himself in Hannibal?
Oh,
I like blinked and then I was confused.
but then, how much has God
They're doing-
sacrificed?
That's fun. He's seeing Hannibal and Will.
What God do you pray to?
I don't pray. I've not been bothered by any considerations of deity, other than to recognize how my own modest actions pale. A place could be made for Abigail in the world.
Is he implying?
What place would that be?
You've lost a child, Will.
You can get a new one.
It seems you're likely to gain one.
Name the child Abigail, and then we'll be good. Also, Abigail might not be dead. I'm still hung up on that. I like that. I like that. The fact that they both looked at it as if it was real. That's so fucking dumb. Love it.
What about Margot's happiness?
Papa taught me how to stick the knife in only as deep as necessary to test the thickness of her skin.
You miscalculated. Struck a nerve.
I can be resourceful, too. If she's not pregnant, she will be. Margot's very tenacious that way.
The fact that Hannibal just straight up told him. He smelled the fact that she was on a firing range.
Have you been firing a gun?
I told you I was feeling paranoid.
Okay, she's not lying. But now he knows of what she's capable of. He also knows that it will just give her a gun and made her feel paranoid enough or something. Muskrat 3. Okay, what are we doing? I was waiting for something to happen. I was like, okay, she's in danger of dying, so... Is it your scumbag brother? So is she dead or hospital? Or worse, actually. Yep, nightmare fuel. Lovely. I will be upset if this guy doesn't die.
I'm afraid the only person you'll be celebrating Mother's Day with is me.
Fucking...
You're lying to each other, and they're lying to you.
Tell me what you believe is happening.
We're in a Mexican standoff, but the guns are invisible.
Do you think Dr. Chilton's the Chesapeake Ripper?
There was overwhelming...
Stop lying, Jack! I have no confidence that I know Hannibal Lecter anymore.
Okay, good. Good. We made progress.
Even with as much as you know or think you know Hannibal, you don't know him either. You don't know Will. You are going to lose, Jack.
We've seen him lose.
You haven't lost already.
Which makes me think that he won't lose.
I want you to
So
come.
maybe... Okay. He's gonna show her something. Love it. Perfect. What's going on? I'm so glad I was like, she's not dead. Why else show a burnt body? Is the baby also... Might be fucked. Or it might just be the fact that he didn't know that there was a baby happening, but... Let's assume that the baby's done for. Maybe the episode will end with Will and Hannibal just straight up... Yeah! Throw that bitch in there! Oh my god, look at this villain. Hello.
You must be the baby daddy.
Yep.
Excuse me if I don't offer you a cigar.
Let's do it.
You think it was Margot's idea to have an heir? I think it was your idea to take it from her.
You saw Hannibal Lecter.
My idea to come here and kill you.
We're all victims of Hannibal
The
Lecter.
same psychiatrist.
What are we doing?
Lecter had his druthers. You'd be wrapped around a bullet right now.
But
Dr. Lecter's the one you want to be feeding to your pigs.
this is an amazing play. This is an amazing play, actually. I love it. I love it. Because for a second, I thought he was just going to do it. And I was like, well, I'm glad this guy's going to die, but this is going to be really bad for Will. But now it's like, actually, okay, let's fucking go. Let's do it. Okay, I love it. Okay, so we got confirmation. Will is not crazy and killing people out yet. He's actually doing a play in order to get Hannibal. I love it. So, okay, so I had the suspicion, previous episode. I've had the suspicion ever since we had the random ass one scene where Will and Jack are like fishing, and he's like a really good fisherman. I'll bait him. You get him. And he's like, yeah. And then they just move away from that, and it's like, okay, I'm not stupid. I know what that means. I literally just know what that means in the moment they did it. So I'm just like, okay, sure. Are we developing on that? Are we building on that? And then the show went really hard on like, Will is crazy though. Will is out killing people and eating people. Man, you believe it. And it's like, yeah, I kind of do, because it feels like the show itself believed it. You know? That's kind of a weird thing. It's kind of a weird thing because it's, how do I put this? It's like, usually when a show wants to like juke you and be like, I threw you at a misdirection, you believed it. It's like, usually the show does it, not just a show, a movie or whatever. Usually they do it in a way that it's like ambiguous enough for you to be like, maybe not, or they do it in such a manner which is like kind of obvious if you're paying attention. But in this case, it really felt like Will was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna kill people now. It really felt like the show itself believed it, because we had like way too many scenes of Will just like going really hard on that. No, but I'm thinking, what are we doing with Freddy Lance here? Because okay, so she's alive. And by the way, the moment that we saw her body, quote unquote, her body, burnt body, and I was like, oh, whatever, it's a victim. And then they were like, this is Freddy Lance. I'm like, doubt. I'm like, bet. You know, I'm like, is it really? Because like, the thing is that whenever you show a dead body and it's a burnt body, and it's like, oh my god, we can tell by the dental records. It's like, it's almost never the person, because like that's the only reason why you would burn a body, in order for the body to be disfigured enough that you wouldn't be able to tell who it is. And then it's just like, oh, but the teeth match though, and it's like, yeah, they took the teeth away, or they made they just take like a mold and then they like duplicate it in some way or whatever. In this case, maybe Jack is in on the plan, because Freddy Lounge was here with Jack. So maybe Jack and the FBI dudes, the Torchwood boys, maybe they're also in on it. But like, then what is the point? And what are we doing here? Because like, Will is making a crazy play to try and like get Hannibal. And I'm glad that we get like a confirmed conclusive, like, okay, this motherfucker is actually doing the Giga Chat 200 IQ. Sorry, I have low HQ play. So, he has completely fool Hannibal because he has completely fooled us. But this is gonna fall apart if we realize that Mason didn't die. Because, okay, here's the thing. I like what Will did at the end. I really like it. As much as I wanted that motherfucker to die, because I really did, I'm not gonna lie. I was like hyping myself for it, you know? I was like, oh, they're gonna throw him into the pigs. It's like, no, they didn't do it. And I still loved it. Like, it went from something I loved into something else I loved. Which is, because like, I was thinking, okay, he's just gonna kill him. Good. But also, that's bad. But then Will just went and he was like, do you think that your sister fucking me and having a baby was her idea? Do you think that you doing that to your sister was your idea? Do you think that me coming here and trying to kill you was my idea? No. It's fucking Hannibal. It's that bitch ass motherfucker. Because it is him. He is the one that keeps talking to people and being like, you should do this. I don't know, that would be interesting. That would be a way out, wouldn't it? It's like, he's the one that keeps doing that to everyone. So he just goes and just tells them, hey, this motherfucker is the one responsible for what your sister did, for what you did to your sister, and from what I almost did to you. Because he just fucking puts a gun to his head and he's like, bitch, you could be dead, but I'm not gonna kill you, right? Because you're not my enemy, and I'm not your enemy, god damn it, it's that bitch-ass motherfucker over there. He's like the one that you should be feeling to your business, Hannibal Lecter. And I kind of love that, because I love it because it is this like display of like Will being like, I am 100% aware of what we're doing here. Like, I have this plan, I'm going hard on it, like my convictions are in place. I would be down to kill you because you suck, but I know the best thing I can do is to not do that and actually try and get Hannibal. Will still remains the hero of the story, kind of, but he has successfully managed to like trick Hannibal. So we'll see what we do here. Yeah, maybe Jack is in on it, or maybe he's not. Like, that's the thing. Is that maybe he's not. Maybe Freddy Lounge just walked in and she was like, hi, Will told me to tell you this thing. Or like, hi, all this shit happened with Will, but then he just let me go and he was like, do this, and you have to pretend to be dead. Because, listen, because like, Will could have just explained to her everything. Just like, I know for a fact it's Hannibal Lecter, but when I said it was him, no one fucking believed me. So now I'm trying to get him. But for that, I'm gonna need you to like actually play along. So let's fucking do it. And maybe he like, I don't know, he bribed her with like the prospect of like, well, you know, if this plays out, this will be like an amazing story. You could become a bestseller. And she would be like, okay, all right, I'm listening, you know? Like, I could be the main character in this like bait play. And then everyone would be like, oh my god, Free Lounge. So maybe some shit like that. It's just like, yeah, fake your death, and then that's how we'll catch the Chesapeake Reaper. And it was this dude who like fucking psyched everyone out, just played everybody. Like, sure, we could do that, and that would be cool. So that's probably more or less what happened, or maybe Will showed her something, you know, I don't know. But like next episode, I feel like the final 2 episodes, I think it's 2. I think the next one and I think the final one is the one after that. I think they're gonna be fucking lit. Because I think this was the episode where it's like, okay, this is what's happening. This is the play, you know? And I'm actually excited to see where the fuck this goes. Because previous episode, I was like, I don't know what the fuck the show is going. And part of me, I was like, you know, Will could be playing Hannibal. But at the same time, the way the show tricks you is by making you think that the show itself is dumb. Because it is. But also, like, I cannot tell if the way they, like, fool the audience into thinking that Will could be bad is really clever or really dumb. I cannot tell. And it's probably both. It's probably both. Because, again, I was like, okay, I haven't forgotten that scene with the baiting and the fishing. And I know that Will is, like, the main character. And also, I don't know where the show could fucking go if he just gets corrupted and whatever. So I was like, okay, maybe he won't. But then it really felt like the show itself just gone off the deep end. So I'm just like, okay, I don't know what's happening though. So it managed to trick me despite me logically knowing that it didn't make any sense, which is a feat. I think it's the dumbest shit, but it worked. So you know what? Clap to the show. Good job. Good job, NBC Hannibal. You succeeded in like doing something so fucking dumb that actually worked out, because like it was like way too much. And like that's the thing, is that as this episode was happening, I was like, this is way too much. Like the fact that Alina is like, I suspect that you might be a killer, Will. I need you to tell me. Are you? And Will is like, yes, I am. I am totally the killer. I totally killed her. I'm here to watch her body and see what's going on. Also, here's the gun. Use it if you must. She's like, what? Okay, so I don't know what happened with Randall Tier. I'll say that. I still don't know what the fuck's going on with Randall Tier. Here's the thing. Will might have just... What if Will killed Randall Tier and then immediately called Jack Crawford and was like, I just came up with a plan. I had the coolest plan. Hear me out. And then he's like, all right, Jack, I'm just going to take the body to Hannibal. Okay. I'm going to take the body to Hannibal. I'm going to be like, yo, I totally loved killing this guy. You have no idea. Thank you so much for enlightening me. We should eat him. They didn't do that, but it's like, I love killing this dude. He's playing it up as if he did, as he was like, oh my god, I'm so nervous. Oh my god, I can't believe I did whatever. But his plan was actually to be like, I totally loved killing this guy. What should we do with him? And then the next time they see him, it's like the post body in like the statue or whatever. But Jack maybe was already aware of all of that, because he arranged the whole situation with Will beforehand. Will was like, okay, so Randall Kier came into my house and I fucking fought him and I killed him. Listen, I know you still suspect Hannibal Lecter to a degree, Jack, so I have an idea and you have to trust me and be on me with this one. Just have a talk with him to make him think that I killed him, because I did, but also make him think that I'm totally done with murder now. And then I'm gonna like fucking chop the body and just fucking post it and everything. And all you gotta do is to just go find the body and be like, oh my god, who could have done this? And then we're just gonna pretend that we don't know anything, but we know everything. And then Hannah was gonna be the one that doesn't know that you know that I told you. Maybe the play was in place from that point. That would make sense, because if otherwise it's like fucked up for Will to just like fuck and disintegrate this body of this dude. Because okay, here's the thing, he killed Randall here, sure. That is a kill under Will's belt. It's not his first kill, and it was also self-defense. That is as much of a self-defense as it can be, because it was literally a dude with a giant furry mechanical suit that was here to kill you. I think that Will killing him was a little bit justified because he was also a serial killer, so we know for a fact he was gonna kill him. So maybe he came up with the plan then. Jack has been in on it from the beginning, from like 2 episodes ago, and if that would make the most amount of sense. That's probably what happened. Because otherwise, the desecration of Randall Tier's body and deposing it as a dinosaur and everything, that's like a little bit too fucked up. At least I would like check in with Jack and be like, I'm about to do some fucked up shit, but trust me, I'm trying to get Hannibal. I'm trying to play this, and you have to trust me and go along with it. So maybe that's what happened. I hope that that's what happened. And then he did the same with Freddy Lounds. When he encountered Freddy Lounds, he was like, Freddy, give me the gun. He was like, I can't let you go until I explain to you what's happening. That's true, because if she gets away, she would like write an article or whatever and be like, oh my god, this guy's it's a killer. Oh man, oh man. And it's like, that would ruin the whole plan with Hannibal Lecter. So, he's like, Freddy, sorry, we cannot say anything. We have this like whole plan going on with Jack Crawford right now. Please don't interfere. So then he by force made her not interfere, and then they juked us, making us think that she's dead or whatever. So we needed to fake her death then. And then he was like, all right, I'm gonna restrain you. I'm gonna call Jack Crawford and be like, all right, Jack, explain the situation to her. Then she would be like, oh. Then they're like, well, we have to fake your death now because Hannibal was gonna kill her. I just remember. previous episode, we did see that Hannibal was like waiting her like hotel room or whatever. He was just sitting there with his like bodysuit. So it's like, okay, Hannibal's gonna kill her. So they're like, all right, we're gonna keep her safe. So we're gonna fake her death now. That makes some 100% sense. Yeah. I see the entire master plan now. It's cool. I love it. So I hope the next episode or the finale or whatever, they like explain it and they show you every step of the way. That would be cool. I love that. I would love that. And I hope I'm like 100% right. I feel like I'm like fairly right in thinking that this is probably how it went. So I love that. Margot got pregnant and a baby was introduced and then maybe killed in the same episode. Not real baby, not even like an embryo or whatever. It's just like, yeah, sure, she got pregnant with Will. And I see now that was the whole plan. She was like, there is a loophole. If I get pregnant, there would be another male heir. So then I can kill him. So that's a pretty good plan, but went bad. But Hannibal made her do that. Then it made Harry do whatever he did to Margot. I don't know what he did to her. So he said, well, essentially all he said is that I'm just gonna fucking fuck with your body so you won't be able to have children. So what is it gonna be? Is it like, is her uterus destroyed or something like that? It could be. If that's the case, then sure, no baby. But then Will has to pretend to be upset and pretend to go and kill Harry. And then he tells Harry everything. But now what do we do moving forward? Because Harry, he could become an ally, which I would hate because I really want him to die. But it appears that he might be an ally because he's another like victim / someone that does fucked up shit under the manipulation of Hannibal Lecter. And Will just tells him this. And he tells him that the sister also did that under the manipulation of Hannibal Lecter. And Will is also someone who would do that if he didn't realize that Hannibal Lecter is manipulating him to do it. So, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with Harry now. Harry Mason. Wait, no. His name is not Harry Mason, is it? Isn't that guy from Silent Hill? Silent Hill, yeah. What is the name of the dude from... I cannot Google the name of the dude because I will get spoiled myself. I could Google the episode. I'll Google previous episode, just to be safe. Nakachoko. Mason Verger. Verger is the last name. Mason is his first name. Sorry, I mean, he has such a hairy face, let's be honest. If you look at the dude's face, he looks like a Harry. So I'm just going to continue calling him Harry. You're just going to have to deal with that. Like the Cheesecake Ripper. Yeah, Harry could become an ally moving forward. That would be cool. Like the fact that I was just keep calling him Harry for like 5 minutes. Anyone listen to this would be like, wait, who's Harry? I never even played Silent Hill. They ate like this like bird thing at the beginning. I wouldn't be able to eat that. Yo, shut up. People in the comments, would you be able to eat like a bird? Just like a straight up roasted bird that is like complete in like one shot. And it's like bones and everything. And you can see like its beak and everything. It's like, ugh, I wouldn't be able to eat that. That would be awful. I understand that like in some other cultures, like there's all kinds of stuff that it's normal to eat. But I am quite like a picky eater. It's many factors for me. I actually have like a really sensitive sense of smell and taste. And also, I hate the texture of things. I'm one of those people that I really focus on the texture. I'm like, ugh. So flavor and texture, way too much for me. Which means that I eat like a lot of bland stuff. But if you look at it, it's more fucked up. Because you see just a straight up bird. That's a fucked up part of cuisine. Like, I don't want to think of the animal when I'm eating my food. Like, I don't want to think about the animal itself. I just like to pretend that the food magically appears on my plate. And just like, there's no fucked up process beforehand. I know there is. I just don't like thinking about it. That's like a sadist thing. If you enjoy the process, killing the animal and getting the food, not necessarily doing it yourself. I mean, if you do it yourself, even more fucked up. Again, the reason why this character even exists, Mason. I think that enjoying that part of the process, like thinking about it, is fucked up. I think most people eat their food, eat their meat, and they don't think about where it comes from. Because if you think about it too much, it just starts feeling really uncomfortable. And I think that's a good sign, being uncomfortable by it. So, sure, Freelance is alive. I hope the master plan is what I thought. The thing with Harry, sure, the thing with Mason, it's cool. With Will at the end, I mean. I love that Will is using the divine goddess Shiva from Hindu mythology. It's fantastic. I love whenever there's references to like other Asian cultures' mythologies in anything. I love it. I actually do love that a lot. I'm a big sucker for like a mythology in other cultures. It's fantastic. It's really interesting. And the imagery is also fantastic. So I'm a big fan whenever I saw that. I totally call the fact that Freddy Lounds isn't dead. I'm 100% expecting Abigail to not be dead also. Oh yeah, the fact that this dude just fucking drinks tears of people, what? Like, because like when I saw that the first time with Margot in like the flashback, I was like, what the fuck is happening? And then I saw it again and I was like, I think that's what happened. And now in this episode, you see it clearly. It's like, no, this guy makes people cry. He makes children cry. Takes, like, opens this a little case and he has like this little, like, I don't know what they are, like pieces of paper or something. And he just like absorbs people's tears with it. And then he saves them and then he drinks them. What? Have you ever seen like more of a bad guy? Like a fucking psychopath bad guy. Like, this guy is rich. He runs a slaughterhouse. He might be a rapist and or child molester. He's definitely someone who's willing to do like some fucked up surgery on like a relative. He's like super detached. He never shows any like compassion to anyone. And he drinks literal tears from people. This guy sucks. Anyway, he's not dead yet, but I hope he is by next episode. But he could be an ally, so I guess he could be useful. So we'll see what happens then. But yeah, sure. So and yeah, you see the shot when at the end when he's just like sitting in his slaughterhouse, just like sitting there listening to classical music, just like, yeah, I'm rich. I run a slaughterhouse. I'm a bad guy. It's like, oh my god. So we'll see what happens then. All right, I think that is gonna be it for this episode of Hannibal. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. And alright everybody, thank you for watching this reaction episode of Hannibal. If you would like to watch the next 2 episode reactions to Hannibal, you can do so over at the Patreon. Check out the link in the description for that. There's also full-length reactions. Check out my Twitch, I stream sometimes. Check out my social media in general. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Take care everybody. Bye-bye.